Hello students. In today's class we shall study about the financial and the judicial powers of Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. I begin with financial powers. You can underline the first sentence. You can get 1 mark question from here. A money bill can originate in the Lok Sabha only. So unlike the other bills like the ordinary bill, finance bill and the constitutional amendment bill, okay, all these bills, they can originate in either Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. But when it comes to the matter of money bill, it can originate only in the Lok Sabha. Now, after a money bill is passed by the Lok Sabha, it is sent to the Rajya Sabha for its recommendations or suggestions, which the Rajya Sabha must make within 14 days. And in financial matters, okay, the Rajya Sabha has only an advisory role. It does not have much power in money bill or in financial matters. It only plays the role of an advisor. But one thing you should keep in mind that no bill can become a law unless agreed to by both the houses. So even in case of a money bill, it has to be agreed by both the houses, Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha, for it to become a law. Now first we have the budget. The Parliament passes the Union Budget. Please underline this. The Parliament passes the Union Budget, which contains estimates of receipts and expenditure of the government for a financial year. Okay, how expenditure means how much money, how much finances the government is going to spend on that particular financial year. And the budget is presented in two parts, namely the railway budget and the general budget. So we have two types of budget, railway budget and the general budget, and this budget is passed by the Parliament. This budget, that is known as the Union Budget, it is passed by the Parliament. Now second, we have the supplementary grants, supplementary or the extra grants. If the amount authorized for the current financial year is not sufficient, okay, if it is not found to be enough by the government may make a fresh demand, okay, it can make a new demand, which is known as the supplementary grant. Now next we have vote on account. If the union budget is not passed before the beginning of the new financial year, okay, the new financial year begins on April 1, there would be no money or finances for the executive to spend. So what happens in that case? There is therefore a device known as vote on account, which authorizes or empowers the executive to draw funds of money from the consolidated fund until the budget is passed by the Parliament. Now understand this consolidated fund. What is this consolidated fund? Now it is also known as the Consolidated Fund of India. It includes the revenues which are received by the government through taxes and expenses incurred in the form of borrowings and loans. And the president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, chairman, the deputy chairman, then the Supreme Court and the High Court judges, and the judges from the High Court and the Supreme Court, they draw up the pension. Okay, so all these people, all these government officials, they draw their salaries and allowances from this Consolidated Fund of India. So I'll read the lines again, girls. I'll read the entire point again. If the union budget is not passed before the beginning of the new financial year, that is before April 1, there would be no money for the executive to spend. So in that case, what happens? There is this vote on account, which authorizes or empowers, okay, it gives permission to the executive to draw funds or to take money from the Consolidated Fund of India until the budget is passed by the Parliament. Next is salaries. The salaries and allowances of MPs, MPs are the member of parliaments, and ministers are determined or decided by the Parliament. Now next we have permission for taxes. No tax can be imposed or forced, or money spent by the government without the approval of the parliament. Please underline these lines. So the government, without the consent, without the approval of the parliament, cannot spend any money, or it cannot enforce any kind of tax. In matters of finance, the Lok Sabha enjoys more powers than the Rajya Sabha. This we have already studied, that in matters of finance, the Lok Sabha has got more power than the Rajya Sabha. And money bills can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Once the money bills go to the Rajya Sabha, they have to be sent back to the Lok Sabha within 14 days. So the money bills, it originates in the Lok Sabha, and after that it is sent to the Rajya Sabha for its recommendations, and that has to be done within 14 days. After that, again the money bill is sent back to the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha may accept or reject the recommendations of the Rajya Sabha. So here the Rajya Sabha plays just an advisory role. It can only advise the Lok Sabha regarding the money bill, and it is up to the Lok Sabha. It can accept the bill or it can reject the recommendations of the Rajya Sabha.